This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. The summer heat has been in full force and surface temperatures on area lakes are running in the mid and upper 80s. Even with the heat wave, the temptation to go fishing is just too strong and there are a few options that are producing. On Lake Cumberland, anglers have been having success going after stripers in the early morning hours, pulling live bait on planer boards. Depth and location of the fish has been variable as the striped bass are moving to chase the bait. The mouth of Laurel area is also a good option to try when targeting striped bass, with the water releases from Nolin River Lake providing a nice thermal refuge for the fish. Nighttime hours have been producing some black bass by targeting main lake points for smallmouth and fishing around cover in the smaller creeks for largemouth and spotted bass. It's also a good time to fish for channel catfish in the mid-lake areas using crawler-rigged bottom bouncers on main lake flats in 25 to 30 feet of water. The Cumberland tailwater is a great way to help beat the heat and also get you an opportunity to land some nice trout. Brown trout numbers have been improving, but most are still below the legal length limit. Rainbow trout have recently been stocked in the tailwater, so good numbers of stalker-sized fish are currently available. Generation schedules on the weekend have been better for getting out on the water, and during the weekdays, flows have generally been low in the early morning hours. Be sure to check to the generation schedule before you go to help plan your trip. On Dale Hollow, anglers are doing well catching walleye by trolling night crawlers and crankbaits on the flats in 25 to 30 feet of water. The black bass bite has been slow during the day, but at night some bass are being picked up on spinnerbaits and jigs around vegetation and bluff walls in 20 feet of water. Crappie are also being picked up in the 20 feet range on minnows and jigs. So as always, good luck and good fishing.
This is Jeremy Shiflett with a fishing report for Northwest Kentucky. Rough River Lake is a little over summer pool and stable. Water temps are in the upper 80s. Bass fishing is fair to good early and late in the day and also overnight. Look for bass 10 to 15 feet deep on main lake points and steep rocky banks on outside channel bends. Crappie fishing is fair. Target main lake brush or standing timber 10 to 15 feet deep with jigs or minnows. Hybrid striped bass are in scattered jumps early and late. Anglers are seeing them a little more frequently on the lower end of the lake from the state park to the mouth of Cave Creek. Any flashy or shad imitating bait work from the surface down to about 5 feet will usually work. Channel catfish are being caught on live and cut shad, night crawlers, and chicken liver. Remember to only use live bait that you caught in Rough River Lake. Nolin River Lake is also a bit over summer pool, stable and relatively clear. Water temps are in the mid to upper 80s. There's about 160 CFS outflow in the tailwater, which is around double the base flow. Channel and flathead catfish can be caught in the river this time of year. If you do use live bait, make sure you do not move it anywhere. Silver carp were observed in the tailwater this summer, and we do not want to accidentally help them get above the dam. In the lake, bass fishing is best early and late, and also overnight. Again, hit main lake points with plastics 15 to 20 feet deep. Largemouth, spots, and white bass have been in the jumps on the lower lake and around the mouths of the creek. Spoons, spinners, and swim baits have been working to catch these jump fish. Crappie fishing is fair. Fish are scattered over brush 15 to 18 feet deep. Try minnows or tube jigs, different color tubes, a combo, or even adding a crappie nibble to entice those hard to find summer bites. Bass, bluegill, crappie, and catfish fishing has been fair in our state-owned or managed lakes. It does vary greatly by day and is highly dependent on the weather. Work the banks 3 to 8 feet deep, and especially any rock or woody structure. And remember that fish like shade too during the summer. So try different lures and locations around the lake to find some fish. And with this warm water, please fight the temptation to take your weekly bath at the lake. And lastly, longtime department employee Michael Kinney is retiring at the end of July. He spent a considerable amount of his time performing upkeep at our department facilities and spoke daily to many of our anglers. So I want to take this time to say thanks to Mike for his commitment to the agency and our anglers, and to wish him well in this next chapter of life. So good luck everyone, and stay safe.
This is Caleb Bentley with the Kentucky Stocking Report. This week across the state we stocked rainbow trout. Rainbow trout were stocked in the Cumberland tailwaters, Harrington Lake tailwaters, Royal Springs, Nolin Lake tailwater, Lynn Camp Creek, Roundstone Creek, Otter Creek on Fort Knox, Casey Creek, Jennings Creek, Trammell Creek, Sulphur Springs, Blacklick Creek, and Paintsville Lake tailwaters. Good luck fishing and stay safe.